this virion which has been done. Are you being able to see this?
Yes, we can see it.
Right. This is a lady, a delightful lady. This is Tapa. She has, got. One second. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. You can see the astigmatism here is 0.16 at 170 degrees, right? I like to have one sideward incision and one main incision. So what I'm going to do is, let us start off by showing you this screen. I hope you can
Yes,
see
we
this
can see it.
Right, now what is important here for you to see, I can actually do the capsulotomy centration any place I want to. Suppose I said this, I can get into a pupil, the preopupil, the limbus and the visual axis. I like to do it at the limbus, that's what I'm going to choose. And then what I will do is, the patient's name is already here, Kamlesh Thapa. Ma'am, good morning, how are you feeling?
I'm alright.
She's all happy and alright, good, she's comfortable. I hope you don't mind us talking.
No, I can understand.
Thank you. Right. What we do is we upload the data by pressing this, and we are looking for a pre-doc image. Now I want you to look at that screen. Immediately we see on the main screen the patient's data has entered. Now what you need to see is there's a USB drive here. This USB has gone into the virion. We selected the patient from here, and that after we upload, you can see the entire data there. Now, please press the program. Now, I want you to go to the file, open, go to the right eye. Right. What I want you to see here is the incision position, the primaries are at 180 degrees. I start with a 2.3 incision size. The other incision would be at 135 degrees. Alright? So these are the various parameters with which we can change. For example, if I do that, I get spokes which are 4, I can make it 0, I can make it 8. Correspondingly, if I press 8, you see there are 1, 2. This is what we have focused with Tapa's eye on. I'm just going to press one button and this is waiting for a pre-doc image in the next monitor, right? I'm just going to press this. Once I focus, she's looking at the center. The entire thing will be at the limbus. It registers the image, and that is getting registration, and it transmits automatically into this screen where I'm just going to confirm the image. Now we are docked. Now what we do is we take this PI, which you have seen earlier, we insert this on the side here, and this one we are just going to push in on the right side like that.
This is the patient interface. This goes below this, and the suction tube has to be on the right or the left depending upon which eye you are doing.
You're comfortable with that? Now what I'm doing is
contact lens that has been put on the under surface of this patient interface, just below here.
I'm pressing the focus again. Now this is going to focus on the cornea.
Okay.
And we are now
down. Can you see that bubble appearing?
That's-
That means that it has just hit, and then you press suction button.
the moment the suction is on, we get the entire image coming on the screen. Now what we're going to do is we press this focus button all over again. That's what the virion has done. It is again going to register the image here, and it transmits into the next screen here. You see that it's registered, it's confirmed. I press the confirmation, then the registration is successful. Now what do? I'm going to confirm again to send the data into the machine. Now we have the complete plan available in this. What is important for you to notice is that the main incision here, the side incision here, and this is where the bar should be in the middle of the green zone. What we now do is we press, move this trackball, then I can move it, and now we see that the limbus, the primary incision, secondary incision, and the lens, they're all in green. That means we are all aligned. We do a double check to see that we are totally centered. Now this, what we will do is, what we'll do is, just to show you, this is the automatic image which the plan has given to me. Now if I press this limbus, right, I can then change this side probe slightly ahead, somewhere here, to be just before the vascular zone which I can see in the limbus. Similarly, in the primary
Of the
incision
limbus.
of limbus,
Yes.
I'm just going to put it slightly again here, but I don't get a bleed. Now I see that, it seems to me that the central part of the lens seems to be slightly off. I'm going to press the lens again, and this, let me just push this up a wee bit here. I think that is the center, so I can change the plan according to what I wish. Then I get into the scanning mode. Now this is the live OCT, which will show me on this side of the screen, and it will take on the anterior lens surface, and it automatically fits into the 300 delta pattern up and below.
That is the capsule with-
So this is the anterior capsule of the lens, which you can see. Now what I do is, since I'm comfortable, there are no shadows here. If there's any shadow here in these areas, there would be probably an air bubble which could probably, have a dark zone here. So we are very clear. So we accept this. Once you accept, the live OCT will automatically take it to this lens thickness here.
Now this is the part.
Now I want this posterior capsule to be slightly, you see this pink line? I want it slightly lower. I want the cut slightly deeper. So let's push it somewhere here and press OK. Once I accept this, we get the corneal thickness coming up. We press the corneal thickness. Now I like a pattern where I would go approximately. Okay, these.
Dr. Pakrasi, I want you to show with the finger on the screen.
You have changed things right now. What I normally do, I enter a single plane from here to there. I make a 22 millimeter cut. A single plane cut is what I normally do. Now somehow this is being put at a triplanar cut. This is the initial groove. Then that's the cut, and that's the entry into the anterior chamber. Now this entire sequence makes it a triplanar incision. So we accept it because suppose I move it up and down, I can make it anywhere I wish. And I would like to probably keep it at approximately 1600. So that's good for me. Now if I do, in fact I would like to probably make it slightly more, about 1700. That's it.
There is no output in
So I accept this, and then we get the verify and accept. Now once I do that, you pressed it, and now we apply that to the patient, and now we can start applying the laser. Mr. Appa, I'm applying the laser now. It will take us about 30 seconds. We have started the laser. You can see the anterior capsule being cut by the femto. All these air bubbles are coming. You can see this part getting filled. Now the frag pattern has started. You can see the Y suture here also. That's a horizontal cut.
Can't see anything on the camera.
They're already here.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah. So this is the horizontal mode again. Once you've done that, the air bubbles are being released. And once they've been released, what we have is a primary incision, which is completed, and a secondary incision. That's about procedure over. Ms. Abha, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Screen a little bit over
Yeah,
there.
we can, but the data is not readable, but doesn't matter.
I understand. So these are the patient's names over there. And this is where the image comes, so we can actually switch on and off this grid over here. This is the image of the eye where the blood vessels and all are visible. So what the Virion does is that the OPD unit, which is the reference unit, will take this image in the OPD, and then this image is imported into the Lensex or onto the microscope in the OT, and then we can have this grid also visible over here, which is going to use the vessels. So once we are ready with this comes onto the overlay into the microscope as well to the surgeon, as you were showing when you were operating, and that identifies these blood vessels and does the orientation, so you don't need to mark for the toric lenses. Now here is the doctor's position can be decided. We can move it to any position, like temporal where Dr. Maipal was sitting, or the superior position, wherever you would like that. We can change the incisions to whichever incisions we want, and we can also center the rexus. For example, if I click here, I can switch on the rexus guide. Now this can be centered either on visual axis or the pre-op pupil or onto the limbus. So we have a choice. I normally like to do it on the limbus nowadays, but many surgeons would like to center it on the visual axis as well. Then once all this is done, you can move your incisions for the paracentesis ports. I'll just switch on this grid to show you. You can actually, if you watch this small arrow over here, you can move it around by like this, so it can actually move your incisions around wherever you would like to pose them. Otherwise they are set by default wherever you normally like them. So these are now set for Dr. Pakrasi. He's going to make his main incision here at 180 degrees. He's sitting temporal, and this is now absolutely ready to go. So, since we are not going to use the capsular access guide, I've switched off the capsular access guide, and these are the steep axis, and I think we are through with the Virion. I think we'll now go ahead to the next step. Bhanu, can we? We don't need the Rexis, you can switch it off.
Where's the side port incision first? It's a easy entry. Now, unlike what I normally do, just fluid please. You see how easy the whole thing is? Were you able to see that, Manipal?
Typically, yeah. Typically, you have to go in like this and then go in like this is the main incision. Side port is just straight in.
Dr. Mahipal, the incisions
Yeah.
are open much better. Like he was able to, you were also able to open your incisions very well, and Sudipta was also able to get in a jiffy. And
Yeah, that is the distinct advantage of this unit over the other one. That's what I told them as regards the corneal part. And also the availability of possibility of having a flap which should be there.
Okay, I'm just going to show you something which I love to do. It's a very interesting thing which nobody I've seen do. I just go under the capsule like this, gently lift it up.
You could even use viscoelastic to throw away the capsule.
You see,
Just
the
wash it
important
like that.
thing, what you need to remember
Or
is this
a
procedure has to be
Rexis
very
without.
gently done. Okay. One second, let me just put this off. Are you able to get the good glow?
Sorry?
Are you able to see the good glow? The red glow?
Yeah.
Right, what I just did was I'll repeat it again, I went under the capsular flap, lifted it up, pushed it on the side here. You can see this capsule floating right here, right? So what I'm going to do is the hydrodissection first, the next. Give me a second. I go under the capsular opening. You can see the wave coming.
There is more air that's coming that shows
And just
the,
one
something which was
wave.
below that has been freed up.
Just one wave is enough to rotate the nucleus very, very easily, right? You don't have to do anything else. Now what I do is, just give it the fix.
Centurion actually has a bottle that goes into the machine. It's not hung from, it's not gravity fed, and you can fix the pressure within the chamber, and by pushing the excess fluid, the chamber always remains at that pressure. So surge etc. is eliminated. Plus the balance cutting, it's much more efficient than normal infinity. So those are two things. Yeah, no, you have to use a Kelvin, and plus you can see this. Can you see a curve here? So this curve comes at the wound, and this gives you a bigger excursion without causing thermal effect. Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm doing is,
Yeah.
is the scalp now?
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So what I'm going to do now is something interesting. I will just be doing a sculpt. You see what I'm doing? I'm actually using no power. I'm using no power. This is to just show you people that you can easily do a groove without using much power here. You just go in and crack the nucleus into two. I turn it. I hope the centering is okay. Just remind me the centering is on good, please.
What is it?
That's it. Right. See, I've now got 4 pieces of quadrants. Now, can I get to the quadrant, please?
Quadrant removal.
I've changed my settings. Just to Dr. Go to the now change karo.
In the cortex, if you can see this capsulotomy, that 300 microns which goes below, you actually clean.
And put it into 4 quadrants.
That's like a 4.25.
So now the other thing which I wanted to show you is that there's an overlay which you can see on the on this entire side. The entire cornea is surrounded with that overlay, and that is very interesting because all the steps of the virion can be seen here. Now let's get into the cortex mode, and I will go inside. What is important is that the entire cortex here is cut very cleanly, so you need to just grip it and push it inside. Okay. Now these will give you a very good grip because they are important to hold it at the edges.
That big gate. These are pre-cut, so actually you go into the content separately.
Yeah, because it's very simple. The other thing which I like to do is just polish the anterior capsule underneath sometimes.
Switch to polish mode.
No.
Shops go right to the bottom, like till the default. So separating them is much. As do you
Now what we'll do is,
it's very good. We're getting a good view and excellent surgery
thank you.
so far.
Search IOL.
Now what we do is we just take the autosert. It's already loaded.
Distorting the color.
Something you've done to the
The auto start, you can set the speed as to at what speed it will go in. You can set when it will stop. So just before
I've been on a very short time, I've been don't do it a long time. I like to keep it at 4. Just put it at maximum 4.2, please, if it comes. Yes. And then this, the second part, which is the mid. Can you just? Yeah. I'm just loading the lens. Just a minute.
put it back again. And there you see that's the this thing and
What is happening? There's something is going on. What is going on? ये क्या कर रहे हो? I've never seen this happen. One second. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'll try and load it. Just don't do it again. Don't do it again. What is this?
stop the record. That is very hard to do. After that,
What have you done here?
once the dog it will stop.
What have you done? Why is it showing at 0 here?
What is showing?
The autosert is showing at 1. Just a minute. I've never seen it go so slow. Gee, there's something wrong with this. Maipal, I'm sorry, this, the settings have not been. So the autosert is not set on that. So I apologize. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it manually. All right. I'm going to use a manual injector.
Good. So manual always works better.
Absolutely, always. At the end, we all get back to the manual.
2.5 on the dominant for distance vision and a 3 for reading. That's a good.
Okay, I'm inserting the lens now.
Yeah.
There we are. Thank you so much. I don't want that. Just put the haptic inside. I initially like to go under the lens. Remove the entire visco. I hope you are getting a good glow because I can see a very good glow from here.
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, I think the question that's being asked is my experience about multifocal and the limitations. I personally feel that the perfect lens is still to come. Earlier there was a lot of noise about accommodative lenses and it being an accommodative lens which is likely to take care of presbyopia, but now I think it's going back towards multifocality, but the problem
is covering the entire lens like this at the edges. You can see that probably very clearly.
yeah, we can see an absolute perfect.
Now it's popped out from the edge. Now that's what I wanted to show you, that if it is totally sort of covered, it normally doesn't pop out like this has come out here at the end, unless the chamber becomes very shallow. It's gone back again.
For Dr. Sudipto. That's a great job, Sudipto.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Anybody has any questions for Dr. Sudipto?